Look at my teeth, I think there is caries over there. You only go to the dentist when it's paining. We wait till the last minute. We don't want to change. We don't show what we really feel because we are scared. What are we scared of? Say that?
Other people's reactions?
We are scared of other people, scared of our mirrors. What will they say? What will they call me? I'm horrible. I'm not a nice person. I can't hear them. That's a unit for me. So we are dishonest. So dishonest. We are big liars. We lie to ourselves. We lie to our family. We lie maximum to our family because we don't want them to hurt. We tell them we love them and we hate them. We tell them we really can't live without you when we are saying, hey, when is she going to go to the school? And I will get 4 hours off to myself. So reactions are all muddled up. Well, then yesterday we were talking about the brain and this is what came. Be real and authentic inside. Don't sit with it. Our brain says it all. Like I said, we don't like to change. We don't even like to change our toothbrush and the toothpaste, the brand that we have. We don't like to change our nationality. We don't like to change our name. We don't want to change our underwear. We don't want to change anything. Because change means something is not okay with me. So if something is not okay with me, that's really scary. So something is not okay with you. You change yourself. So we often try to change our husbands, our children. Somebody else needs to change. I'm not ready for that, but I can talk about the change. So discomfort, disease, and pain, which is internal and external reaction. So the internal pain gets translated to external pain. Am I going too fast? So what is the pain saying? Pain is saying, wait, pause, take an appropriate action. Don't keep thinking about it. Do it. And live your life with your truth. Don't live your life fooling yourself. Because the biggest fool is you. When you point 4 fingers at someone, one finger at someone, all the other fingers are pointing back at you. Well, I went to Osho, which is in Pune, and it's in the west of India. And something really amazing happened on that day. And he talked about actions, and he says, all our actions are about winning or losing. And I thought I would share his wisdom with you. So all our actions are not around being good or bad, it's about being an alpha male, an alpha female, winning or losing. So let's take an example. A child or a wife. How about taking an example of a little child who's crying away and saying, Mom, I want that little candy. And the mom saying, no, you can't have it. No, I want that little candy. No, you can't have it. And the mother says, okay, fine, I'll give it to you. He won the game. The wife sitting down saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. You don't love me, you don't love me. Okay, fine, I love you. We win the game like that. Why are we going to change our strategies? Husband, on the other hand, thinks he's always right, so he never even asks the direction. He may be wrong. We live our life on assumptions. Assumptions on what other people want us to live and how they want us to live our life. We get tags. You're a brave girl. You're a strong one. You're the responsible one. You are so and so. Live our life by the tags. Can you imagine? So the pain is of 2 kinds, physical and emotional. Even if you did not take that suitable plan that's required, that action, your body doesn't stop and think. It starts taking the action immediately, right inside your body. And so, what we call an adaptation starts happening inside your body. In our society, the head rules over the heart. You're all head thinkers. How about just holding your heart right now? And asking your heart, not with your mind, asking your heart, does it really pain? What is it that your heart wants? Are you always wanting to feel intelligent? Is that the reason you're constantly living with your mind, with your brain? Or is it possible that you will give yourself a possibility of feeling your emotions? If you allow yourself to feel, maybe you can deal with those emotions. But feeling means I'm a weak person. I can't show anyone I'm a weak person. So I'm going to talk about a suffix. We may not be able to complete everything, but we'll talk about the top one, which is called itis. Itis originated from the Greek suffix, which is often used for diseases which are characterized by inflammation, which are often caused by infection. Itis, if I break that word, it looks like it is the way it is. It's my way, or it's the highway. So you do it my way, then I'm happy. If you don't do it my way, I'm going to get itis. So every time I'm in regeneration, or actually when I get my way, I'm going to actually get the itis. Which means it is just the way it is. How many of you know that in Mehta health teaches us that in stress we never get pain. We always experience pain in regeneration. Which means we actually suffer from itis in regeneration. Itis is always connected with inflammation and swelling, always in a regeneration phase. There are 5 different ways of picking up inflammation. I won't go much into this, but it will show redness. What's very interesting, this is all that how anger shows on your face. So if I break down the word inflammation, it means inflames, angry. And inflammation means swelling, water collection. What is the body doing? Pouring water over your anger. Somebody said very nicely yesterday to me, if you're angry, put your hands in cold, freezing water. Well, your body is doing exactly the same. Putting cold water and collecting water over those places. So, but did you know that anger actually, if you break down the word, actually doesn't mean anger, it means grief and anger. So grief is the passive form and anger is the aggressive form. So depending on where the anger and the grief is stored, you can have various different names. Do you know there are 100 different diseases with itis? Just about 100. If it is caught in the glands, then it is called rhinitis. If it is stored in the lungs, that's the alveoli, then alveolitis. In the dental alveolus, also it's called alveolitis. If it is in the eyes, the little dog there is the aggression, okay? The conjunctiva, if you look at the word in this conjunction, it is connection. When I'm angry about my connection, it will be showing in the conjunctiva layer, which is anger and sadness in the conjunctiva. And if you look at the word I and break it down, E plus yes. It's almost like saying, I'm saying yes, if people say yes to me, then I'm fine. If they don't say yes to me, I'm not fine. Visual level, I need to see everybody saying yes to me. Dermatitis is anger stored in the skin, anger and grief stored in the skin. Herpetitis is anger and grief stored in the liver. So let's understand what are the reasons of our anger. We caught up into the mantra of what is right and wrong. Responsibility, we don't live our dreams. We caught up in fairy tale syndrome. And we have fear of discipline. So what's right and wrong? Like I explained to you before, we take our actions from our head. Where should we be taking our actions from? What are we doing here? Dealing with emotions. How can you feel your emotion here? So are we going wrong there? And we always want to look right. Because we want to look right, we want to look intellectual, we're taking all our decisions from our head. Well, responsibility only means ability to respond, your reflex action. Praise, fight, flight. How can I take that action for someone else? How can I take someone else's responsibility? Well, my father wanted me to become someone, so he didn't live his dream and I'm supposed to live his dream. and then my daughter is supposed to live my dream. How does that happen? Don't we all do that? Fairy tale syndrome is very interesting. You know, have you heard about Cinderella and fairy tales called Cinderella? What does she do? The fairy godmother comes there and helps her. We wait for the Prince Charming to help us. Are we going to keep waiting for someone to come and do that one action that we needed to take? How about if Cinderella was told, she's your stepmother, give her 2 slaps and get out of the house? Story would be over. She wouldn't need to wait for anyone. Feeling not connected. So it's a whole cycle. So I wanted to share over here what happens in regeneration. If I was to take a chickpea and just put it straight in my mouth, a dry chickpea, can you eat it? What do I have to do? Soak it in the water. Why? Because what's inside the seed? The whole plant. The plant regenerates only when it's inside the water. Any healing cannot happen without water. A pregnant woman, the baby is growing inside the water. The ocean is not just in our blood, but also inside the amniotic fluid, inside our bladder. We literally are ocean all over, and our baby actually gets born inside or is growing inside the ocean. So our first connection is with our mother and the family. So phonetically, in most of the languages, mom is considered mother. Mom, first word. And look at how many words are ending with mom. How many diseases are ending with mom or starting with mom. Cars are no mom. No mom. My mother is not there. Car is the action that I need to take. CIN is the sin, the guilt that I'm feeling because I cannot create that first connection. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your mom. It can be anyone that you want to have nurturing relationship with. Yesterday, so beautifully this was talked about and said lactic acid, and I was sitting behind and breaking the words. And lactic means lack. What is lacking in your life, because of which you could not take an action and create your identity? And what is the sugar or sweetness missing in your life, because of which you cannot take appropriate actions? You're waiting for that someone, like the Cinderella waited for the Prince Charming, or she waited for the fairy godmother to come and take that action for her. What action is it that you're not taking today that you need to take? Glaucoma. What's it ending with? Mom. Glaucoma. I want my mom to be there. Coma. Coma means I'm numbing myself. Well, Lars spoke about numbing, did he? We either numb ourselves or we just find for those people. Eczema. X of your life. Again, mom. Who have I fallen out of love with? Or who has fallen out of love with me that I'm not in connection with? Who is my ex now? Make you love. Degeneration. Mom lack you. I lack my mom. I don't find her. I want her back in my life. Degeneration is cutting off from your generation. And if you look at the word generation, it's a general action that the generation took. So I'm not feeling near to anyone. I'm not able to take the action because I'm not feeling connected. So I keep waiting for that one action. Only if he had said that. Only if he had said he loves me. Only if someone came and said, you are amazing. Only if my mother came and saw that house. Only if my husband stood up and said, hey, I know you did a great job. We keep waiting. And we keep cutting ourselves. We keep disconnecting ourselves because we make assumptions in our brain. So Rice's sister at the end. What is it? Who am I not being connected with? Who have I played with in my childhood? Not somebody senior, somebody who's like my playmate, like a sister for me, like a friend for me. Who is it that I'm feeling sore about, that this relationship does not exist anymore? So I'm breaking up some body parts for you. Skin. If you look